Hi, and thank you for joining us in our journey. Today we're picking up from where we were left in the last episode, so if you didn't see it yet, it will be linked in the top right corner right now or in the description. Today we will show you what the beginning of the process of moving from an urban lifestyle to a less restrictive rural life was like and the challenges that we faced in the beginning. As always, if you like this type of content, feel free to hit the like button, and while you're here, you might as well subscribe. It's free, helps us grow, and you can always change your mind later on. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get on with the video. So, after living in the US for almost over 4 years at that point, we managed to purchase a 3.5 acre lot in a more rural area. It was a nice community that was slightly more isolated, but we still had supermarkets not too far off, about 15-20 minutes. Our plans were simple. We wanted to build a house and develop enough land to be able to fit a garden big enough to provide us with the majority of the vegetables and fruits that we consume throughout the year, and maybe hopefully be able to grow our own meat and poultry sometime along the line.
We wanted a different, much healthier life for us and our kids. Together, we were going to embrace and enjoy every step and challenge of this journey, trying to make good memories in the meantime. We want to use this change as a means to grow the bond of our family even stronger than it was before, and to learn together everything that there is to learn about this new lifestyle. After we purchased the lot, we had a land developing team come level out and deforest a 1 acre area since the land was quite uneven. A while after they were done, we found out that they didn't in fact level a whole 1 acre. So we had to call a second team in to lower the ground by 3 feet in order to get the whole 1 acre of developed and deforested land. We needed a large enough and flat enough area to fit the house, a detached garage, and still have plenty of room for a relatively flat front and backyard. A while after they were done, we found out that they didn't in fact level a whole 1 acre, so we had to call a second team in to lower the ground by 3 feet in order to get the whole 1 acre of developed and deforested land.
Now, developing so much land created two problems. One, for example, in the fall of 2023, it rained a lot, so the exposed Georgia clay got washed down in the street because the draining system that's on the side of the street was either clogged up or was simply non-existent in some areas.
The electrical pole, the temporary pole, it's right there, and they need to run a line from the main right there, or whatever the other pole is. So they need to run a line, and these are in the way.
We were left with a lot of tree stumps and wood that we had to discard of. It actually sounds easier said than done.
Sarut! No, you're fine.
Some of the wood we had to hire a company to grind it down into wood chips that we later on used to cover the soil in order to prevent it from being washed out again. Some of the wood we simply gifted away in Facebook Marketplace, and some of it got cut down and stored for later use as firewood. Now, although the job of cutting down the timber into firewood wasn't fun or easy, we thought that it would be a great learning opportunity, so we decided to do it ourselves. That was until we gave up and hired a company to move the bigger logs in the back of the forest, since we didn't quite have the equipment to move those huge logs.
In the end, we were pleased how the leveling turned out. We started to visualize the placement of a small and simple house. I made so many plans in my mind about how and where to start a garden, the size of it, and what will be the first things that I will grow in it. The day has finally come when we physically got to see the layout of the house, and oh my god, we were a bit disappointed at first. The house looked so small, and I started wondering if we will actually have enough space for everything. Where will everything go? Are the storage and pantry large enough? But I was the one who made the drawings of the house and laid down the rooms and dimensions. We knew that we didn't want a big house, and it wasn't, since it was a single-level house totaling 2,500 square feet. I recall going back and forth for a few days between our under-construction house and the rent we were living in for the past 3 years at the time, making all kinds of measurements, comparing our rental house with the layout of the new construction, trying to reassure myself that we had plenty of space. Benny kept telling me and assuring me that once we had the walls, everything will start taking shape and that we will be able to see everything much better and that everything will be exactly as we envisioned it.
Not too long after the layout of the house has been laid down, we had plumbers to come in and work on the rough plumbing. This step was extremely important to get right from the beginning because we would have to pour the slab on top, and that would mean that making any changes later on would be extremely difficult. And every single bathroom had to be already pre-planned out, and we had to know specifically where everything would go. And this goes for 3.5 bathrooms, one of which, being the master bathroom, had a tub, a steam shower and a shower. It is really important to mention that we didn't have a general contractor taking care of all the logistics and teaching us along the way. However, we had 2 great people that God put in our lives to guide us through this process, to help us and to teach us every step of the way, and we couldn't be more thankful for them. There is so much more to cover, like problems, challenges, and maybe future projects that we would like to do, but that's not for today, that's for the different videos. So if you want to stay up to date with whatever it is we are posting, then go ahead and subscribe and maybe hit the notification bell, that way you get notified whenever we post new videos. If you like what we're doing and this type of videos, then go ahead and like and maybe leave a comment saying what would you like to see on this channel. Also, we have an Instagram page which you will see linked in the description, so go ahead and give us a follow. That's the page where we post almost daily. We're posting a bunch of behind the scenes or pictures, images, videos that you won't normally see on the channel. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.